Y'all, I don't know what the fuck my deal is right now, you guys. I mean that all the way down to my fucking taint. Like, I'm having a hard time concentrating. I feel like I just want to start, like, karate chopping. Just a whirlwind of hair, teeth, and nails. I don't know. Like, hey, maybe it's because I'm 40. Maybe because she was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Like, hey, whatever the fuck's going on, man, get the hell out of my fucking face. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, and just, I'm fucking weird, y'all, but I accept it, okay? If you try to use that against me, you will lose, okay? I'm not ashamed of my strangeness. Actually, I fully embrace it, and I'm proud of myself, because that was a long fucking journey. So, if you're looking for somebody to help maybe validate, support, look towards in terms of, is it okay for me to be my weird self? Yes, honey. Yes, honey bunny. Yes, it is. Yay. Do you, boo. All right. I'm always going to support you in that. And a gentle reminder that you motherfucking got this. All right. And this is where I pull 3 piles of cards, tarot cards, and I read you for filth for your week. All right. Hopefully it resonates. Let me know if it does or it doesn't. Because any and all feedback helps me to grow. I've been doing this work 11 years professionally. And I still got things to learn, guys. I think no matter where we are in our journey, we should definitely be teachable. That's an important thing. There's that. But first, I speak about something I lovingly refer to as astrofuckery. And it's just kind of my way of trying to understand the energy that is like at play this week. Making it real, making it practical so that we can actually use it in our lives, or maybe just help us be cognizant and present. So again, we can make the best choices for our life going forward. Okay? All right, if that sounds good to you, let's titty shake to the bank together. All right. And maybe one of the reasons I'm off my fucking rocker right now is what it feels like, more than normal. Okay. We got a 84 car pile up in the sign of Aquarius happening here this week, y'all. It is real. And listen, this week, both Mars and Venus are moving into the sign of Aquarius. First on Tuesday, Mars is, and then I think on Friday, Venus is. Which makes, if you guys are aware and know astrology at all, Pluto just moved into the sign of Aquarius. It takes about 20 years, 15, 20 years for, Pluto to move through the signs. I think this one's going to be about 20 years. So she's slow. She just moved. She's still at like the 0-degree mark. Okay, so with these planets just moving into the sign of Aquarius, we're going to have a couple conjunctions this week that I want to talk about that I think are stanky Yankee. Okay, and then maybe we can use in our favor. Now, the first one I want to talk about is Mars conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. I think that's happening this Wednesday on Valentine's Day. Just starting off the week with violence. Like, goddamn, y'all. Listen, Mars here is a motivator. It's a drive. It's a driver. It gets our blood pumping, if you will, okay? Aquarius is an air sign. They like to look at the full picture. They care about the community as a whole. Not great with like one-on-ones per se, but really great at like networking, knowing the wider network. Again, looking at a wider picture, strategizing here because they have that perspective and point of view. It's a really unique and interesting sign. I think that they're very fringe. Okay, not only in their thoughts and like the things that they do, but like their friends, who they associate with. They're not mainstream. Okay, we don't do mainstream here in Aquarius. If anything, that's when they start to raise their eyebrows. Not at the conspiracy theories, at mainstream bullshit. And you know what, Aquarius? Fair the fuck enough. Fair the fuck enough, because I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, just look at half of the, trends going on and just be like, you know what? No, thank you. No, thank you. When the kids were eating the Tide Pods, like, oh, hard pass, thanks. Okay, and I grew up in the 90s, y'all. Anyways, the point is, with Mars moving into Aquarius here and then, conjuncting Pluto, Mars is, again, it's our drive, but it's also our sex drive. This is our ambition. Okay, for a lot of us, it's probably going to be a very sexy Valentine's Day. Okay, I would also say too that Aquarius is also the sign of friendship and friends. And so maybe something here, hookups with our friends, okay, on Wednesday, like if that doesn't sound like anything good to you, I would not get into it then. And especially with Mars here, we might not be able to like hold back the way that we physically would like to express ourselves, okay? Also too here with Aquarius being an air sign, maybe there is a mental connection or mental stimulation that leads to more. Okay, if we're looking at our relationships and connecting here, maybe even on a deeper level. Mars just wants what they want when they want it, okay? Mars is the ruling sign to Aries, so there is a bit of selfishness here whenever Mars is in the mix. And so we've got to be careful with Mars, being in the sign of Aquarius, making sure that we don't take this wider perspective, wider point of view, our unique way of doing things, and maybe just making it all about us. I think the major theme with Pluto moving into Aquarius is it's not just about you, but in the best way fucking possible. So I'm hoping maybe this Wednesday we get a little bit of that. We understand that a little bit deeper. And whatever our motivations are here, whatever drive that gets kicked into overhaul, because man, when two planets are conjunct, they're biffies, all right? They see and are feeling the same fucking thing. Sometimes this can be like really destructive, or sometimes this can be incredibly beneficial. So it's really just, how are we working with the energy at play? Are we aware and conscious of ourselves in the way that we're thinking and acting? And with Mars here, sometimes we see red. Do you know what I mean? Especially like if our blood's pumping, or we want something really bad, or we're not really listening to outside influence. And with Pluto here, this is a change maker, babe. This is like going deeper, more powerful. This is obsessive. This is power. This is control. And so with Mars conjunct Pluto, there can be maybe some violence here. So also too, I feel like that's probably going to be playing on the wider stage, to be honest with y'all. I feel like we're going to be hearing Mars conjunct Pluto always gives me the feeling of war, okay? On the wider stage, don't be surprised on Wednesday if we're hearing a lot of that. Maybe on Tuesday when, Mars moves into Aquarius, we start to hear about the information. Then by Wednesday, like something's on like Donkey Kong, I just think it's going to be really interesting this week in terms of what we're hearing, the wider stories, and because we know out there right now, it's not good. It's not good. There's some horrific, heinous things happening. My hope is with Mars moving into Aquarius that this is also a mass movement, or helping people to gather the energy together, because Aquarius is that humanitarian sign. Stand up for fucking peace. Peace needs to be a part of this fucking talk. Even though I'm cussing about it, even though Mars is usually, the one driving the war hammer here, like Aquarius doesn't want war, like the fuck. So, and again, being an air sign and talking about how they're really good at strategy. And so maybe we're trying to find a strategy for peace, a strategy to help the wider group of people, or it's maybe not just about one group. We're looking at the entirety of the situation here instead of just a hyper focus on one individual group or one individual thing. Okay. So I think it's going to be really interesting on Wednesday and how things are handled. Again, my hope is that, people for the most part are going to be coming together here to mobilize, to make sure that we've got understanding of the full story, maybe taking care of everyone, and hopefully bringing in some peacetime, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants war. No, thank you. Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that. I would also say too, again, on a more personal note, with that air sign here and Mars, like, oh man, if somebody gets you mentally, hold on to your panties. Right? You might just find that like this connection is incredible for some of you guys, again, because Aquarius is that friend sign. It's starting off as friends and it turns into something more. And so maybe also too, this Wednesday at Valentine's Day, we're also looking at our relationships and making sure that the friend base, the core of the friendship is really good here. And just making sure that like, if there is any fighting, again, how do we come together, look at the whole picture so that everybody's involved, not just one person. It's not just one-sided here. What's the entire story at play? And again, how do we motivate ourselves to take care of everyone here? It's not just about us in the best way possible. Okay. Now with Venus here into Aquarius, again, this is going to be, Venus in Aquarius gives very, very much, I love my friends, or my friends are like the most important thing to me. My wider networks, my social networks, are incredibly important to Venus and Aquarius. And again, being in this air sign, information is power. The way that we connect mentally is everything. Or if somebody doesn't get me mentally, this isn't going to fucking work. Also too, I almost want to sing like, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. Thanks, Spice Girls. Again, y'all, I said I grew up in the 90s. Don't fucking judge me. Okay. So you got to get with my friends. All right. My friends got to approve of you. This needs to fucking make sense. So I think here too, again, there's like this mental there's this mental play here. If we don't understand each other mentally, if we're not connected in the mental space, nothing else can happen here. And if we don't have a solid friend base, you know, how the fuck are we supposed to do anything? Because when, you know, if and when, more like when, you know, difficult things happen, how are we working together as a couple in order to make this thing, you know, work and take care of each other? And if we don't care about each other as friends, I mean, holy Jesus, nothing can really grow from that, nothing real and substantial. So I think it's going to be some interesting things here on Friday when Venus moves into Aquarius. And then I think on Saturday is when Venus conjuncts Pluto. Now listen, this combo, if you thought the other Mars and Pluto conjunct was sexy, because it will be, there's a strong sexual drive there, okay? Venus and Pluto, y'all. We're going to have a deep-seated need to be loved, to be seen, maybe even here too by our wider friendship groups. Maybe this might be a year where like Galentine's Day is going to be really fucking important. Showing up for your friends and like really fucking being there. But with Venus and Pluto, this can be obsession. This can be love at such a deep level. I can't tell the difference between you and me. This is like, there can be jealousy. There can be, oh man, this shit gets really heavy and deep whenever Pluto's in the mix, because Pluto doesn't fuck around. Y'all, Pluto is death, birth, and rebirth. Like, we're not dealing with light themes here, okay? And again, with Venus, this is around what we value, what we care about. And so there might be maybe there's something going on again with our friendship group. Maybe there's something going on here with an important friend that's turning into something more. Or maybe we're recognizing and realizing that, you know, maybe something here around stepping back and letting people be themselves, and how when I'm free to be myself is when it's almost like I want to remind you guys, like, if you set the person free and they come back, something was really real here. Not holding on so tightly, okay? Because also too, have you guys ever met an Aquarius? Have you ever tried to pin down an Aquarius or any of the air signs? That's going to be the very moment where they piece the fuck out and they tell you nothing. Okay, they will not come back. So if there is, that's kind of a weird sign to try to pin down or force into something, like they ain't fucking having it. So there might even be some kind of difficulty here over the weekend around, you know, letting me be free within myself, or looking at my relationships here and making sure that there is a sense of freedom and independence, or I'm allowed to be my own person. I don't always have to agree with my partner or do what the fuck they want or acquiesce to them. Am I allowed to still have like my own life here and be my own person while still being in partnership with a good mental connection? This is really fucking important. And so maybe something here has to change, not only around your relationships with other people, but with yourself. And so are you allowing yourself to grow and to be free? I would say too this week, and especially with the sign of Aquarius, whatever information comes in, okay, it'll help you to take action with Mars here. And with Venus, it'll better help you understand what the fuck you value and what you need. Let Pluto take it to the next level here. You need and want something more. So what are the actions that you're willing to take with Mars here around getting that and making or creating something to happen here for yourself? And then with Venus, how do I take care of it, nurture it, show it that I value it, so that, you know, I keep it around here and I'm able to transform with my relationships, allowing myself to be free too. Freedom is going to be a deep-rooted, deep-seated, important topic that we're talking about this week. So make sure that you do feel free, that intellectually we've got that stimulation and connection, that our friendship groups feel like they're right for us and it's working. And whatever is playing out on the wide stage things this week, guys, too, may we all mobilize towards peace. For fuck's sake. Can we mobilize towards peace? Because this shit going on, I don't know about you guys, but it's heinous on another level. I just, without even getting so deeply into, because usually I don't do that with you guys, but like this wider shit going on in the world right now is so heartbreaking. We should not be as comfortable as we are with what the fuck we're seeing on the news, on the wider stage. And so maybe I'm hoping that this week is a wake-up call for all of us to take action. And hopefully there is a motherfucking ceasefire, please, for everyone. Holy shit. All right, you guys, if you're done with astrofuckery, I know I sure the fuck am. All right. Let's get into the three piles of cards. Choose any and all that you're drawn towards. May this help, may this heal, may this guide, okay? Let me know how the fuck your pile was for you, and I'll see you guys in a sec. All right, card pile number 1. Let's fucking get into it. Your very first card is going to be the 8 of Coins. Your second card is the 6 of Coins. And then finally, you guys got the 10 of Wands. Let's fucking talk about it. All right, you guys, this week, listen, card pile number 1 has got a strong theme of work this week, okay? And so what is the work that we're willing to put into something? Are we ready to fucking work? Maybe if some of you guys have been looking for a job, please know something's coming in here. And or I would say a major theme this week for card pile number 1 is if you are overwhelmed with all the work you've got at your fingertips, what are you doing? We need to be delegating, okay? All right, now let's get into it. So I want to stay here with the 8 of Coins whenever this card shows up. This is going to talk about our work, our productivity, our craftsmanship. If you notice in the background, the person's got like this huge mansion in the background. And so we're building an empire here with the work that we're doing. Again, this is the card of craftsmanship. This is work coming in and like we're able to like really do the work that we love to do and showcase it. This is gorgeous. Also with the number 8 here, there's going to be a reference back to the month of August, around the 8th of a month. 8 months, 8 days. Pay attention to the number 8 here. Okay. Now with the 6 of Coins, and both of these cards are coins, both the 8 of Coins and the 6 of Coins. Whenever coins comes up, this is the earth element, okay? So we got to taste it, touch it, see it, smell it to know that it's fucking real. With the 6 of Coins here, this is this is the money, money, money card, all right? At least for me. And there's something about receptivity here, okay? Or things being reciprocal with this card. And so maybe at one point we were not doing so great and somebody helped us out, which inspired us. Now that we're at this point in our lives, we've got enough to help other people. And so, you know, again, there's this feeling of like, maybe at some point I didn't have enough. It inspired me. Now that I do, I can help others. By me helping others, that inspires others to help others. This is the card of philanthropy. This is making so much money that you have enough to give others and in the ways in which, you know, you're excited about. The only thing I would say with the 6 of Coins is like sometimes there can be a serious power imbalance. I usually see the 6s as a rebalancer after the 5s, but with this card, there is a power imbalance. Somebody here does not have enough and you do. And so you are the one in power here in a beautiful sense. Make sure that we're not using that against people. We're not saying, you know, oh, if you want something, you know, you got to do X, Y, and Z. This is my card of just going out there and being good for good's sake or taking care of people in a way in which maybe you wish you had been taken care of in a time of need, okay? And so the more that we're going out there helping other people just by the goodness of doing good things, because we fucking can, the goodness comes right back to us. Again, it's like the more that we put out there, the more that it's coming back. What plants, what seeds are we sowing out there? And may they be ones of prosperity and abundance where we're helping other people achieve that too. Because even if we don't get that money back, that sense of happiness, connection, community, like sometimes that can just be enough of what the fuck we need. All right. Also with the number 6 here, I'm looking towards the month of June, or I'm looking around the 6th of a month, 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 years. I want to say with Earth element, there's a years and months aspect, okay? These guys move slower than molasses in the fucking winter, all right? So again, the slow moving, having patience here is really important. How else would you have got to be a craftsman of what the fuck you're doing? You had to have patience and time in order to get to the position that you're at, where you got extra of something and you can give it out somewhere, whether that be money, energy, love, farts, food, you know what I mean? Doesn't fucking matter. Like, we got something extra. It took time and energy to get there. And then finally with the 10 of Wands, this card is about like overwhelmed, overburdened. Like, I've been working my ass off and I'm just exhausted. Like, I can't take this anymore. Here's the thing with this card. If you see the chandelier over top of her, it's tied to her. All she's got to do is stand up and say, hey, y'all, I need help. Can somebody cut me free? I don't know how I did this, but I need help. Instead, she's just sitting there crying about it. She's not reaching out. She's not asking for anything, knowing full well this thing is about to snap and kick her ass. Do you know what I mean? So I just want to beg some of you guys this week, if you feel like you're at the end of your energy, or if you feel like you're at the end of your rope, I really need you to fucking stand up and say something. It is a trauma fucking response that you're not asking for help and thinking that you have to do all this by yourself. I understand that people in the past have not shown up or helped you or made it worse or put more work on you. This is about having the discernment to go after or to go towards or to extend an invitation. Ask for help from people that you know can, will, and do show up. Don't go back to the dumb bubblegums that refuse, or the only thing they're consistent on is never fucking being there, okay? So just have some discernment here. Ask the right people so you can get the help that you need. Now with wands, this is way more fast acting. Fire's probably the fastest. So with the number 10 here, maybe 10 weeks, 10 days is what I would say. There's also going to be a reference back to the month of October, around the 10th of a month. Pay attention to those numbers here. Now, if we're looking for a yes or no this week, this is a definite yes around work. This is a definite yes around work. But are you willing to ask for help? Because holy fucking shit, okay? Even though maybe you're in a position here where you've got extra of something, you might still need help on something. With that being said, if we're looking around love and relationships, y'all, maybe one of you guys here is the one that's working and bringing in all the money, and you're going home and cleaning everything and taking care of stuff while your partner ain't doing shit. Baby, you need a partner. You need a partner, okay, for some of you guys. And so maybe we need to sit down and look at this and be like, okay, I'm literally taking care of everything. I cannot do this. I have zero time for myself while everybody else is having fun. That's no way to fucking live. Maybe we watched a caretaker do that, or we just thought like maybe within our community or society, that's what's expected of us. Fuck that shit. Do you fucking hear me? Fuck that shit. Especially if you're supposed to have a partner here. A partner means that we share, that we fucking share. And so if you're working a full-time job and coming home and taking care of the kids and cleaning the house and making dinner, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Make sure that there's an equal partnership here and that we've got the support that we fucking need. Okay? Okay. Now, if you got like little kids or you've got smaller, somebody here like 15 and below, all right? Like, or maybe 12 and below, then we got to take care of these kids, okay? But like somebody's 15 or older, like we're starting to get to a space where like we can take care of ourselves. And so how do we start to delegate some of these things? Maybe for some of you guys this week, we are talking with a kid. We're like, listen, you're getting older here and you got to start taking on more responsibility. To which they reply, F that noise. I don't want that, mom or dad. And you're like, too bad, kid. All right? You got to do this stuff. This is how you work and be a part of a group. This is how you become a good partner and are in a partnership. So now we're not just sending our kids out there, continuing this type of terrible behavior in partnerships. They know how to be a good partner. Okay. So maybe this week we might even be talking with, some of our kids here, having discussions around responsibility, taking that on and doing the right thing. Now, for some of you guys here around love and relationships, I just feel like we're working so fucking hard and we're giving everything that we've got. You should be asking for help. You should not be doing this all by your fucking self. Maybe here too, some of you guys, it's maybe has been a terrible burden where it's just been you that's working and maybe a partner's been looking for a job. It's been really fucking hard. Please rest assured that somebody here is getting work or money will be coming the fuck in. Okay? So make sure that they're doing their due diligence. They're getting their resume out there. They're talking to people. They're networking. Like, this is wild shit. But I also understand, like, sometimes the job market is not stable or it's not great or, it's really competitive out there. So just make sure we're going towards the right thing. And if we've got extra of something, maybe how do we support the loved ones that are struggling right now? Knowing full well, and especially working with people that we know are present to be reciprocal, Sometimes it's good. Listen though, guys, sometimes it's good though, especially around love and relationships, to like, just be generous with somebody, even if we know they can't give back, okay? Maybe somebody here is struggling deeply and they don't know how to ask for help. And you know that this person can't pay you back or help you, all right? And so for some of you guys this week, maybe there's a little something saying here. You got something extra. Maybe bring an extra plate of food over to your next door neighbor that you know is not working right now. You have no idea how they're affording groceries. Maybe they got a couple kids. Bring some food over. Full hard and well, this person might not ever be able to reciprocate that back. But I just think maybe in terms of doing the right thing and having a good heart and looking out for the people around you, this would go a long way. Okay. And again, it's just the right thing to do. It's beautiful. You have no idea how one act of kindness this week can change somebody's entire fucking life and perspective. Interesting. All right. Around love and relationships. Again, with a call back to the month of June, August, October. Something also may have happened here. And again, these difficulties, just hold the fuck on for some of you guys. Again, work is coming in. Hold on tight, especially for a partner or a partnership, and or make sure that we're asking for an equal partnership. Everything should not be on your shoulders. We should be sharing this. And or if you're able to reach out to others this week and just help because you can, I see you, and that's beautiful, and thank you for being a good human and restoring somebody's faith in humanity. Oh, thank you. Now, around work and career, this is fucking gorgeous, okay? Again, work is coming in, we're making so much money, but we are fucking exhausted, okay? I feel like career for this week, this is pretty fucking clear. Some of you guys need to take a break, some of you guys need a vacation, or some of you guys need to stop being the yes man to your boss who's using you all the way the fuck up, okay? I know that paycheck coming in is nice, but if you don't have the energy to even live or spend time with your family or do the things that you love, at what fucking cost? At what fucking cost? Especially when this place would replace you tomorrow if it wasn't working. Fuck that noise. Fuck that noise. You've got to consider your own energy when it comes to working, and especially if you are working for another person and they're requiring you to use your energy, your time, your body to do the work for them to be successful. You make sure you're taking a break. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure. Do you fucking hear me? Okay? Okay. Again, reference back to August, June, October. Also pay attention to these months coming up this year. I want to say if some of you guys have been waiting for a job, definitely something should be coming in by June. By August, we are working our ass off. But then again, by October, we're exhausted again. So please, I'm begging you, take those breaks as needed. Okay? Now, around health, you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, you know coins are always going to mean our skin and our moles. Go get your fucking skin checked, okay? I also want to say, too, here that, like, some of you guys are having some serious anxiety and maybe sleepless nights or heart palpitations or cardiac issues, okay? Maybe also, too, migraines and mental health issues because we are working too hard and too much. Listen, you're like, Sarah, I gotta live. I gotta feed my kids. I get it. But how are you going to do that if you got literally nothing else left to give? Okay? So I think for some of you guys, maybe there's a double check here on the work that we're doing. Maybe instead of working our face off, maybe we go in here and we take care of our issues in therapy, or we take care of ourselves in some way, shape, or form. Okay? Maybe even just as simple as saying, hey, I can't work this much anymore. Maybe this, for some of you guys, we're considering retirement. Might be coming up too. You'd be like, Sarah, why didn't you put that in career and work? I felt like that was more health. Okay? Because I feel like for some people, we've been waiting on this fucking moment and it's fucking happening, goddamn. And then like everything improves, okay? But I just want to say for the most part around health this week, this is really important to take a break. Burnout is not a positive thing. I know our society puts it like that, but it is not. It is not. It is not. Is it not? It's not. Because it's putting your body under so much pressure and stress that it breaks down to get you to stop. No. Negatory Will Robinson. Okay. Again, look towards the number 8, the number 6, the number 10. Maybe these things are going to come up around maybe this month, around the 6th, the 8th, the 10th. Okay, so just pay attention. And again, extra points if we've been working on something for a long time. Maybe this is the way that we've always been doing things, but we recognize now that like the stress, this overburden, this overwork is fucking with our health. And we can no longer afford to have these migraines or heart palpitations or physical ailments. Take a fucking break, y'all, okay? Okay, guys, for anything else this week, be gentle with yourself. Be generous with others. And take a fucking break as you goddamn need it. Who cares what other people think about? What the fuck you're doing? What the fuck's happening? Who cares? Take a break for yourself, okay? So that you can come back to this thing fully refreshed, ready to fucking go. And with your full fucking energy, okay? Because where it stands now, you can't and you don't. And I'm begging for some of you guys to delegate. You should not be handling things all by yourself. To work in partnership or to be in a partnership means to share this. And so with this 6 of coins, like we got to make sure that this thing is reciprocal. And so is somebody showing up in the same way that I am? Is that expectation? Has it even been talked about? Okay? So don't be afraid to have important conversations this week. Take care of our health. Our health is our wealth. No running ourselves into the ground because that literally helps no one. okay? You guys got it this week. No matter what, you got it this week. And if you got a chance, pay it forward somewhere and make somebody smile. What a beautiful thing that you can do. All right? All right. All right, card pile number 2. You guys got some interesting cards this week. Let's talk about it. First one is the Queen of Cups. Look at this baddie. Next one is the Knight of Coins. He's a nerdy but cutie guy. And then finally, I got the 10 of Coins. This is gorgeous, okay? So let's talk about it. So, listen. With the Queen of Cups, she's probably the most motherly of all besides the Empress, okay? Who, like, literally is, like, this card's, like, giving birth to things, most especially children. Queen of Cups is, like, right behind her, man. Her babies are everything. Family is everything. She is mama, and or mama's deeply important. Now, with this Court card showing up, this can either talk about somebody coming on the scene or some kind of energy that we got to take on in order to help ourselves. Now, if this is more about the energy we got to take on, it's a gentle reminder to kind of, like, keep your emotions under cap. Don't show too much right now, okay? And just know that, like, beautiful things are coming towards you. This is a beautiful sign and signal that everything's working out, and all you got to do is be in receptive mode, okay? God fucking bless. Now, if this is more of a person showing up in the scene, this might be an actual mother figure that we're dealing with this week. Maybe there's an important female that's showing up that's going to deliver some kind of protection or emotional message, or is just trying to gently remind us to, like, take care of ourselves in some way, shape, or form. Maybe showing up as the person we needed so badly that whenever we were younger, just to nurture and take care of ourselves, okay? Cups, again, is going to talk about our intuition, and it's going to talk about our feelings. So this is also an important time frame to fucking listen to your goddamn intuition. If you disregard it, you are gaslighting yourself and telling yourself you're full of shit. Do you really want to do that when you know full well that your intuition doesn't fucking lie to you? Take your head out of the sand, look at something, and don't be afraid to face your heart and your emotions on something that's speaking to you emotionally, okay? Now, with the Knight of Cups, it's another Court card. So again, this is either going to talk about the energy we got to take on, or this is a person showing up in the scene. Now, the Knights here are going to talk about somebody younger, like our age or younger than us. You know, traditionally this can talk about maybe one of our kids, or maybe somebody coming here and delivering a message around something that's important to us that we value, maybe that we're investing in with the earth element here. There's a sense of responsibility with this card. And so what and who do we have a responsibility to? Are we doing the right thing? Now with this person, they're moving towards the right, which talks to me about the past. And so this might be somebody we already know. Again, this might be one of our kids, somebody we've been in partnership with before, and like somebody's coming back, maybe something that we've been thinking about, or some kind of theme from childhood might be coming up here, talking about responsibility this week, okay? Also, too, I find that with a lot of these cards, there might be some kind of level of education, you know, that maybe we want to go back and finish like a master's degree or bachelor's, or, you know, just a, you know, whatever here, you know, get some kind of certification, teaching, taking a class kind of feel. Either way, though, what are we investing in? What are we looking at? And are we taking care of ourselves? All right. What are we responsible for? And then finally, with the 10 of Coins, this is just a beautiful fucking card. And with coins here again, can I say all of these cards have family attached to them? So I do feel like card pile number 2, there's going to be a huge theme around family. And what the fuck does that mean? Who are these players? How am I dealing with them? Who do I consider family? How am I taking care of myself? What was my family of origin story? And am I taking care of myself better now, maybe, than what I grew up with? Seeing, understanding what was done to me, that kind of jam. Now, with the 10 of Coins here, this is our life, our legacy. This is what the fuck we're leaving behind. And so we're kind of sitting down and thinking to ourselves, you know, what are we building here? What are we creating? What am I leaving behind in the fucking world? This is prosperity, abundance, financial independence. This is my card of building a fucking empire, y'all. Like, no fucking joke. All right. So again, it's asking us, what are we investing in? Maybe it's, a lot of times too with this card, it'll show like a family with it, or like a family tree. And so again, maybe genealogy might be coming up, again, dealing with our family and family themes. Maybe there's a will, and we're dealing with the will here, maybe of an important mother figure, dealing with maybe a son figure or something. Okay. Just with the cards coming up, it's saying something here about family connection, what we're leaving behind, generations of family, maybe wealth here in some way, shape, or form. What are we investing in terms of family and themes? This is actually really good stuff, especially if we're able to sit down and face it. Now, if we were looking for a yes or no this week, I would say fuck to the yeah. This is definitely a yes card, especially in terms of trusting what's coming for us or what we're building here. Not worrying what anybody else is thinking, just fucking trusting ourselves. Okay. And what the fuck we're building. We got this. All right. What are you saying yes to what we're responsible for? Being very clear on that and knowing that whatever we're investing here and we're building upon is going to bring back to us incredible shit. All right. Now, if we were looking around love and relationships, like I said, y'all, this is a big family week. This is a very big family tinged themed week. Again, for some of us, we might be dealing with an important mother figure. Maybe we're wondering the responsibility we might have to her, maybe the responsibility that she feels towards us. With the 10 of coins here attached to it too, I would say maybe there's something here about a will that we might be having to deal with. Maybe somebody is appointed the executor of a will. Maybe here it might be a younger brother or an important male figure here that is actually really responsible and he would be good with it. Maybe here the mother figure feels like, or maybe this person's being bequeathed something, maybe a lot of money. Maybe even here too around love and relationships this week, and especially around the family scene. Maybe, oh man, for some of you, maybe for some of you guys this week, we find that we have a long lost brother. There might be family members that we find through genealogy search. Maybe we're, oh boy, maybe for some of you guys that might be some of the heavier themes, okay? Maybe something happened here around family and genealogy, like who belongs to who, kind of feeling to it. You know, where does my family tree go and who the fuck am I connected to? Who and what am I responsible for within my family? What's my role here? For some of you guys this week around family and love and connection and all that, some of you guys actually might be stepping into a matriarchal role within your fucking family unit. Where maybe years before you thought it was wild, but now like you're ready for the responsibility and it's coming for you. So if you're already getting and referencing calls from people about like, how do I get help on something? Can you help me financially? Like, you know, how can like I get supported? People are coming to you within the family for your help, support, guidance. There's something being set up here. Are you ready to be the next matriarchal figure for some of the females that are watching this week? This actually feels really beautiful to me. And you do feel responsible for your family. And if there is some type of investment here, you know exactly where to put it. Okay? To take care of the family as a whole. I think that's really fucking important and beautiful. Now, if we were looking for like love, somebody here sees you as the mother of their fucking children. Okay, woo! Somebody here would like to give you the gift of a baby in your belly. All right, woo, doggies. So I would say for some of you guys this week, maybe just make your best choice around who you see as a partner, who you would want to be in partnership with and have children with. Make sure that we're making our decision coming from a really good place of not being too emotional, okay? Making our head and our heart work together. This needs to make sense. And again, if you remember the Queen of Cups here, she's kind of she's not overly emotional. Like this is a woman that is mature enough or has done the work here to work on her emotional self. And she knows how to listen to her head and her fucking heart. She's deeply intuitive, deeply psychic, and deeply protective of her family and the things that she cares about. This is the Queen of Hearts, okay? So I also want to say that you are protected this week. So just know here too, if there's also, maybe here for some of you guys, we maybe lost a mother figure. I think maybe she also might just want to come through and say that she loves you. She's watching out for you. And for some of you guys, if you keep finding like pennies, dimes, quarters, nickels, just know that the mother figure here is dropping them for you. First, it serves as a yes sign. Pay attention to what you're thinking and speaking about. She's trying to guide you. But also too, she's telling you, give the fear and the worry about finances over to her. Focus on what you can do. Okay? Okay. Anything else around love and relationships? I would just say also to, okay, last thing around love and relationships, maybe there's an important, maybe with one of our children, we might be speaking with them this week around college or around high school, maybe higher education in some way, shape, or form, and maybe how we're going to invest in that. Maybe for some of you guys, you're a single mother. Maybe we need to get grants, maybe support and help here, finding funding to help our kid get the right education that they need. For some of you, this just might be getting your kid to the right school that actually supports them and what the fuck they're about and treats them like family. Like this might be a smaller kind of school. But education is a huge theme here this week for some of you guys around your children. What school are we getting them to? Does this make sense? Does this support them in their growth? Is this really setting them up the best for their life going forward, right? I think that's good stuff. All right, now around work and career. Guys, for some of you, you might have like an important female boss coming towards you, offering you a promotion and giving you more fucking responsibility. This is incredible. So just know here, for some of you guys, this is either a call to step into that power position and be the incredible leader that you're being called to be. You've got this. The responsibility, what's that terrible? They hacked it all the fuck up with Madam Web. Like, I can't. It's like with great... the saying is supposed to be like, with great power comes great responsibility, and they fucked it up saying something else, but that's kind of the thing here this week around work and career. You know, with great power comes great responsibility, and you know, and being in this power position, how are you taking care of the people at work, you know, in a way where it's like we're setting everybody up for success, not just the owner here, not just myself. How do I take care of everybody? Because you know, the people, especially if you're a business owner, you got people working for you, they're giving up their time, their life, their, you know, their everything to make sure that you fucking thrive. So how are you taking care of your people that are taking care of you? Are you being responsible to them and taking care of them monetarily, financially, you know, in the ways in which they need to, build their home, build their family, in the ways that you're getting to do for yourself. Okay. So I think hopefully some of you entrepreneurs can hear that, because I think that's an important thing. It's not just about you, okay? It's also about the people that are working for you, and are we treating and supporting them and loving them in a way where they want to stay and they want to help me grow and thrive too. This has got to work out, okay? For some of you guys around work and career, maybe we're deciding that we're going to invest in some kind of business here, maybe stocks. Maybe, I don't know, there's something financial. Maybe for some of you guys are thinking about, either doing the stock market, or maybe we're thinking about like investing in property and stuff. I actually think that this would be a great idea. Maybe even here too, maybe some of you guys may have gotten some kind of money from a parent and were able to, again, reinvest it into properties or doing things here that actually help me take on more responsibility, make more money, invest in myself and my family. This is actually kind of beautiful. Final thing I want to say around work and career. Again, some of you guys might be starting a business here to take care of work, take care of your family. So maybe we're literally hiring all of our family members okay, to work for us, or we're creating a work environment where maybe I get to pass this down to a child, maybe even specifically here for some of you guys, a son. Okay, so I'm building my business here to bequeath or to pass down to my children. How am I setting it up in a way where they can take it over and really make it grow and thrive? Okay, I actually really like that. There might be an important call here with the number 10. I forgot to say this earlier. Back to the month of October, or maybe we're looking for these themes around the 10th of a month, 10 weeks, 10 days. But with the 10 here in coins, earth element, this is slow moving. I'm looking at 10 years, okay? And or the month of October. And then finally around health. Guys, this makes me feel like for some of you guys, we might be dealing with some spinal cord issues. For some of you guys, maybe here, for some of you guys, a mother figure here might be having some spinal cord issues. Hip, spinal cord. If you notice in the card, she's sitting here in a chair. We might be having some mobility issues. This 10 of coins is looking like a spinal column to me this week. Okay, every week it looks like something different when I pull some of these cards. This looks like a spinal column. So we might be having some spinal issues, slip disc, just dealing with like mobility for an important mother figure. And so maybe we're trying to figure out like actual car rides, how to get her around, transport her, okay? Who's going to take on the responsibility of this? We got to deal with some of that with the health this week. For some of you guys, I would say pay attention to your heart. Make sure that the blood and the heart is doing okay here, investing in our health. Also, 2 extra points if you guys know what a mother figure might also have health issues with. We might be having those health issues too, or we might be looking at that coming down the pipeline. How do we take care of ourselves now and invest in our health now? So when and if that issue shows up, we've already got it taken care of. We've already been getting our mammograms. We've already been doing all the fucking things, so that we can stave off maybe whatever mother went through or had to deal with health-wise. It would be really important this week health-wise also too to do a genealogy thing on your health and to see what people have. So again, this is the responsibility to self, taking care of self, and then looking down the mother's lineage for some of you guys, okay? It's going to help us understand what we can see coming down the pipeline, maybe for one of our kids, or if one of our children this week has a weird health issue, we might be able to find the answer or find that this is within our family down the mother's side of the line, okay? Do your genealogy work this week. Card pile number 2. This is really fucking important. And again, with the callback to the month of October, themes coming up around the 10th of a month, maybe like every 10 years. But listen, this is the end of a cycle. This doesn't feel bad to me. And I feel like we're going to find some kind of answer here or a link here so that we can help the rest of the family. Beautiful. Guys, for anything else this week, what are you building? What are you creating? What are you responsible for? And are you present enough to realize that you're responsible for the most part? Unless you got kids, you're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your damn self. And so how are you taking care of yourself? And if there's some kind of lineage here thing going on, looking towards mother here with this card, you know, this card pile, looking towards mother. How did mom handle things? How did mom do stuff? How was mom with money? If we got any money issues this week, there might be a root call back to mama and mama trauma, mama healing. Don't be afraid of that work. All it's going to do is help you and heal that issue around money so that you can be better with it going forward. Okay? Whatever you do, card pile number 2 this week, honor yourself, know your genealogy and where the fuck you come from. And remember who the fuck you are. All right? All right. Card pile number 3. Woo, no, geez. Let's talk about it, babies. You guys got a big week, okay? Card pile number 3. Your first card, you got a major arcana card talking about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. You got the fucking Tower. Whew. I feel like a couple of you guys were like, nope, I'm out of here. For those of you that stayed, your second card is another major arcana card. Talking about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. You guys got Judgment. And then finally, you guys got the 8 of Cups. So, holy fuck, let's talk about it. Now with the Tower, you guys know this is not an easy card. I would say this is probably one of the most feared cards, besides like the 9 of Swords, okay? People go apeshit when they see the Tower. I think at this point in my life, I've pulled it so many times, or I've seen it so many times, I'm desensitized to it. But also, too, I've had so many rando, crazy, wild, insane things happen where it's just like, well, you know, sometimes what I want to say with the Tower is like, usually when the Tower comes up, we've had plenty of fucking signs. We've had plenty of fucking signals. We've heard it 3 or more times. Maybe we've got to move from this place. We got to do something different. And we weren't listening. We didn't move. We didn't pay attention. We didn't do the goddamn thing. Then here comes the cosmic change maker throwing a bolt of lightning at us and being like, bitch, you gotta go. It's the cosmic kick out of the fucking nest where it's like, you got your wings, fly, bitch. Okay. You got this. It's kicking you out of the tree. We wouldn't have moved unless it actually happened for us. And this situation wasn't good that we were sitting in. And so the universe, our loved ones in spirit, however you fucking view it, it's just like, we got to go on to the next. We can't be here anymore. And so it brings in instability, change, chaos, fuckery. And it feels like it's coming out of left field. But here's the beautiful part of this card. It's like, it's for our liberation. And so if we just lean into this, we start to see that maybe what was built here and blew up was not built well to begin with. Okay. Even though that might be difficult here to hear. Also, too, if you guys notice the person on here, they've got a house on fire on their back, okay? My advice here is to let that bitch slip into the sea, all right? Because you're carrying too much on your shoulders, or maybe there's a feeling here that, like, I'm taking care of everything, and specifically in the home space. So either around family and family issues, or maybe around our actual physical home, something's going on here and it's too much. I'm carrying everything and it's all burning down around me. Again, this is for your liberation. This is going to set you free in some way, shape, or form. And when we go to rebuild, we got to rebuild better. We got to do better foundations, the whole 9 yards, okay? Also, too, the Tower stands for the number 16. So look for these themes to come up around the 16th of the month or a month. And then also 1 + 6 = 7. So I'm looking towards the month of July, okay? And then the next one, we got Judgment, that another major arcana card. Like, this card is very much, I'm judging something, I'm looking at it. There's some kind of judgment that might be happening here in terms of we might be getting a deciding factor coming through, or somebody's made a judgment. This is one of my cards of reconciliation and forgiveness too. And so we're coming back a second time to try something here. Sit down, maybe have a conversation. It's a wake-up call. It's a fucking wake-up call. It's a clarion call to pay attention to what the fuck is going on. Maybe again too, there might be some level of forgiveness happening here. Maybe forgiving of another person. I'd like to see this more of like forgiving of myself. Even if you didn't create the problem or whatever the fuck happened here, forgiving myself for even let it fucking happen, or even considering it, or whatever we need here. There's some level of forgiveness. It also kind of makes me feel too like we're moving on up to the next stage with that ladder. Like we're moving on up here. We're moving away. We're facing something. We're letting it. These three figures are coming out of coffins. And so we are reviving a dead horse, if you will. But again, we're looking at this thing to make sure to really judge it, understand it fully, and then we're letting it fucking go. Okay, we're letting it die after that. Judgment also stands for the number 20. So look for these themes to come up around the 20th of a month, but 2 + 0 = 2. So I'm looking towards the month of February. Okay, so these big themes this month in the month of February. What else could I say about Judgment? Because I feel like Judgment holds so much to it. I would also say too, one of my things with Judgment that's been coming up a lot lately, just be careful those love zombie situations. Since Mercury isn't retrograde yet, not until April fucking 1st, okay? But this can maybe even be a revival of like a, dead, long gone situation comes the fuck back up. And maybe we're looking at it with fresh eyes now, okay? Or a love zombie situation where we think it's dying, but it keeps coming back from the dead. Maybe something here needs to be put to rest. Okay. And then finally with the 8 of Cups here, this is abandonment, moving on, letting go. This can be a really hard card because emotionally we don't want to give up what we've been working towards here. We don't want to leave this thing behind. I do want to say with this card, you don't have to leave it completely. Just leave it where it sits. You might be able to circle back around and deal with this at a different time. But if you're going to go after what you care about and what you love and what's important to you, we're going to have to say no to some things. You can't say yes to everything. And so go towards what it is that you do want right now, knowing full well that there is, if we create it, or if it is within our realm of possibility, we can come back to this thing and circle back around to it. But for right now, we got to set it down so we can follow something else that's been calling and speaking to us. And usually the next card after the not usually, always, the next card after the 8 of Cups is the 9 of Cups. Yeah. But we can't say yes to that happiness if we've got our hands full. How the fuck are we supposed to welcome something in if we're filled to the tippy top? Okay. Also, 2 stands for the number 8. So there's a reference here to the 8th of a month or going back to the month of August. Y'all, if we were looking for a yes or no this week, this one's kind of... I would say that this would be a yes to leaving something behind that you know is destructive for you and moving towards something that actually makes more sense. Okay, that's a major yes this week. This would be a major no. This is something that you feel like is just overwhelming. You can't take it. Yes is only this week towards things that are giving us the ability to move onwards and upwards and that we know that are not for us. Okay. If we were looking around love and relationships, woo doggies. This can stand for a couple different things. For some of you guys, we might be having somebody coming back around after a period of not speaking, not talking. Whatever happened here with the Tower was so heinous. It burned everything to the ground, okay, around this relationship. I'm only laughing because it's like, it's not funny, it's shocking, okay, like, holy fucking Jesus. Maybe we never thought we'd talk to this person again. But with the 8 of Cups, this tells me, like, emotionally, like, we really, truly loved this person, or we loved this person very deeply. And so we had to move away from something or a person or a situation that we did not fucking want to. Now, with the Judgment card showing up here, the Resurrection card, it's saying that this issue might be coming back again. We might be circling back around to this thing and talking about it. Maybe at this point, it's up to you to decide whether or not you would welcome this person back in. But baby doll, if it was a Tower moment like the way that I'm thinking, would it be more disrespectful to welcome this person back in? You need to consider that, okay? Is this person even doing their fucking work to be welcomed back into your space after everything that went down? Maybe too, we recognize our half in this as well. You know, have you been doing the work to be available for this thing too if it's coming the fuck back around? I don't care whether this is love, this is family, this is friendship. It doesn't fucking matter. What went down here was so fucking ugly and so fucking terrible that it had to be dismantled to the very fucking core of it. And you had to walk away from people, place, space that you fucking gave a shit about. Like, this tore you asunder, okay? Like, no fucking joke. This took you down to brass bones. But again, something's coming back or some level of forgiveness is being asked for here. That is up to you. You owe no one no one forgiveness but yourself. Do you fucking hear me? So if you are not ready to forgive somebody, you take all the time that you need until you are. And just remember too, forgiveness is for you. Okay? And it's just helping you to release the pain, the anger, the torment, so that you can be free from it. It doesn't let them off the fucking hook for what they did. Okay? So know that. Maybe also too here with the 3 people in the card. Maybe this was a third party situation. Maybe there was 3 people involved. Maybe something happened here, and maybe we're wondering, can we move on? Can, like, I don't want to sing the song. I just heard it on the radio too. I don't normally like this band, and I don't know why I can't think of the name, but I heard it on the radio. It was like rolling my eyes, but was it? I might even just make it. Can you take me higher? Do you know what I mean? Do you know that song? Something from the 90s or like early 2000s. What the fuck is the name of that group? It doesn't fucking matter. Anyways, can we take each other higher? Can we move past this horrific event that happened? Is everybody doing their fucking work? And are we ready to forgive each other on a certain level to move on to the next? Can we even do that? Can we abandon or let go or leave behind emotionally what happened here and move into happier times, happier waters, towards a wish fulfillment here? Okay? Maybe for one of the people here, the wish fulfillment is to move on and to move past this, but I would not do it unless this person is doing the fucking work and their words and their actions are aligning. Do you fucking hear me? And that goes for you too, okay? Okay. Again, with the call back here, maybe to this month, February, maybe around the 20th, the 8th of a month, or again, I'm looking towards the month of August, and then the Tower. Maybe here July or around the 16th of a month, okay? Now, around work and career, again, y'all, something fucking blew the fuck up here. Maybe we had to leave a previous job that was like literally burning down to the ground. Maybe somebody's coming back here and saying like we've rebuilt or we've restructured and we'd like to have you back. Do not be surprised, some of you guys this week, if you're getting a call back like from a previous job, they want you back. Again, that's up to you. That's up to you. If they let this motherfucker burn, all right, do you really want to be a part of that? And does it really make sense to go back to this place, especially if you were miserable there or you got kicked out or what happened was so terrible it forced you to fucking leave a place you didn't want to fucking go from? Unless they're paying you buku fucking bucks. You know, I would really think, I would double think about it, okay? So really just take your time and decide for yourself whether or not you're ready to forgive and move onwards and upwards with this company if you're going back to a space, okay? For some of you guys this week, we might be seeing the writing on the wall around a work situation. Maybe we return to a previous job before the one that we had here. Maybe we call back to a previous job and we're like, hey, guess what? I made a mistake. Oops, I shouldn't have left. This was bad. Will you guys take me back? Can you take me higher? Okay. Maybe some of you guys even, you know, fly airplanes. I don't fucking know. Either way. Whatever the fuck's going on here. It does feel like we are returning in some way, or we're questioning whether or not we're going to return to a certain place and space. Maybe for some of you guys, working at home is just not an option. We've tried and we tried and we tried and it just doesn't fucking work there. Just recognize that. Either go and rent a space or work with somebody here to maybe work somewhere else. Maybe just the home is not the greatest place to work at right now. So until that gets settled or until we get into a place that better supports what we want to do, consider working in another space and area until we can get the space and the energy that we need in order to take off with this thing or to work from home in a sense. Maybe for some of you guys, it's just as simple as waiting until your kids get into school, then you got the free time in order to work from home and do the work that you fucking love to do, okay? Last thing I want to say around work and career in a positive sense, for some of you guys, you had to let go of a really important project that was fucking important to you, but it was not working out. For some of you guys, you actually might be circling back around to it. Okay, make sure that this thing makes sense and that it is actually in a better space. Okay, maybe forgive yourself for giving up on this thing, but it really didn't make sense at the time. Okay, and so for some of you guys, you really are able to circle back around. Let's see if this thing can work. Let's see if we can move past this and really do something good with this. Okay, and for some of you guys, this would be a part of like a group project or a group thing. All right, now around health. Interesting. Some of you guys might be having some lung issues with the house here on fire. Maybe some of you guys were in a house fire. Oh, Jesus. Maybe some of you guys smoked for most of your life, or you were around like fire, and like we got to deal with our lungs this week, okay? For some of us, we might have to go in there and get like our lungs drained. So some of you guys might have pneumonia. Just get in there, please, and take care of it. For some of you guys, we might have to do a biopsy, okay? So get in there and fucking take care of it, okay? I do want to say that it does feel like everything is going to be okay here, but this might just be really emotional. We're terrified of what's going to happen. Sit down and make sure that you've got a good group of people that you're working with, that you trust, and that are good communicators, because this is going to be huge, all right? For some of you guys around health this week, I would say therapy is much fucking needed. With the Tower here and home, we've got some trauma from our childhood that with the Eight of Cups, maybe we're ready to move on from. It's been holding us back, and we understand that emotionally, like we've got to do this fucking work. So with Judgment here, maybe we're getting to a good therapist. We're taking care of ourselves in a way in our mental health here so that we can heal from some serious fucking childhood wounds. Look at that card. That's some serious fucking childhood wounds. The roof is on fire, okay? So something happened here that was not good. We need to face it so that we can find forgiveness for ourselves or another person, move onwards and upwards within our life. And therapy or something to that degree is the only thing that's going to help us get from point A to point B. Quit being scared of it. Quit holding back. Just get in there and do the fucking work. You deserve this. You deserve the support. You deserve the love. Most importantly, you deserve the freedom to live your best fucking life. Do you hear me? Okay? Whew. Again, with the Tower, I'm looking towards the 16th or the month of July. I'm looking towards August or the 8th, and then I'm looking towards the 20th or February here with Judgment. So pay attention to those themes here around our health. Guys, for anything else this week, if somebody's coming back around, make sure it makes fucking sense to welcome them back in. Don't be afraid to sit down and have an important emotional conversation around what the fuck happened here. And if this person is really doing their work, they'll be willing and able to hear what the fuck you have to say. And we'll have better, their words and actions will fucking align. Okay? For anything else this week, I would just say, just listen, baby doll, if it ain't working, maybe it's time to let something else go. Okay? And to move on. And so if something's not working and we've been trying for fucking years and trying as hard as we fucking can, and this thing ain't coming fucking through, or that train ain't coming in, it's time to let this thing go so that you can be free. Do you hear me? Make room, make space for the wish fulfillment, for the joy, and forgive yourself for holding on for so fucking long. It's okay. There was nothing wrong with you having hope. This is about having the discernment now around who to have that hope with and who to invest that love and energy and effort in. And maybe it's just not this person or the situation, okay? You deserve better and you deserve more. You deserve the fucking best is what I'm saying to you. So make sure this week that the best is what the fuck you have, all right? All right. You know I love you guys. Take care of yourself and everything's going to be okay. You hear me? Thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to what the fuck I got to say, all right? May it help you, may it heal you, may it guide you in your week, you guys. I love you. And if you guys need anything, you know where the fuck to find me. All right. I'll talk with you guys soon. Bye.